Hello there. It has been a while. First of all, because I had a video recorded of this and turned out it had no sound whatsoever. I think the mic I was using had run out of battery and I hadn't noticed, and therefore I ended up with no sound. And then the week after that, my partner got a cold and then gave it to me, and I didn't think you'd want to hear my snotty voice choked up with the cold over this. So yeah, it's been a bit of a wait for this video, and here is sketchbooks from last year. So this is going to be my last sketchbook video for a while, at least until I finish one of this year's ones, which I haven't really had a chance to do. So yeah, we'll start going through these. I think that's the second one. So this one here is the first sketchbook. It's a little bit of a different one. It's I think I got it as part of a scroller box or something. I can't remember which side it's open at, but this one had some sort of written down my goals and things there. It's had a Star Wars character that I had. Yeah, she had a bit of a, angsty thing going on there. And then there's my character Topaz, who I played in her Spelljammer game. Her backstory was that her kid was kidnapped, and that was why she was in space, because the person who kidnapped her kid was in space. But she got her back and took her home, and happy ending and all that. And then those are her little creature familiars. There's my Star Wars girl again. And there is Topaz with her creatures. The purple one is called Heliodor. The cockatrice is Shale, and the little is actually a baby Palomu from Monster Hunter, but she is called Pearl. I think I was just swatching some new paints that I got. I think there were some Julia K paints from the looks of it. Yeah. And then I drew a weird creature with the paints, because why not? And then I was trying to design some vessels that Topaz's creatures were kept in while they're not on the battlefield, because they're kind of essentially her Pokemon. And then if we turn it over, I drew a dragon. That's Constance. And my character Defiance, with a sign saying Aiden Appreciation Day, because that was her boyfriend. And then some cute little wizard ghost doodles, and a silly fat cat doodle of Portent's familiar, Omen, and then a little princess ghost on a unicorn. Really into the ghosts at this point. I'm not really sure why. There's the unicorn with the ghost again. And there is Topaz's creatures. So that is sketchbook number 1. It was a bit of a silly one. And then this is the big chunky boy. Well, Topaz and her creatures on the cover, because I was obsessed with Topaz at this point, because I was playing her most of the time. Topaz and her baby Ruby. That was just some sketches trying to design the cover, and then I'm sure I had a reason for the spaghetti octopus monster. I think it was for a adventure or something. I think I got some supplies that I was scribbling with there. Just some doodles to fill the page. Cardcaptor Sakura version of Portent and Omen. Topaz and Creatures once more. A character that I'm going to be playing in an upcoming Dragonlance game. And her big sister. And then these are my... That's that one all grown up. That's Constance and that's Maisie. All of my Dragonlance girlies. Some figure studies, a couple of bunny rabbit studies, some swatches for a scroller box, Tora again, my half minotaur, half elf girly, who I'm very excited to be actually playing soon. And yes, that's last year at the start of the year. Still haven't played her yet. Some doggy doodles. Really happy with how these turned out. I think that one's my favorite. He just is a very derpy doggy. This is all of my characters that are clerics. So we've got Abigail, who was a knowledge cleric, if I remember correctly. I played for a one-shot. Cleric, but with K's rather than C's. Just a kobold that believes in being a cleric so much that they are a cleric. Of what? I don't know, but yeah. Charity, who was my first ever D&D character. Lament, who I played for a one-shot that didn't actually finish. Mochi, who is a... Oh, what's the subclass again? A festival domain. That was it. From Loot Tavern's... one of Loot Tavern's books. And he is a Ilotl, who is a race from Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting. But he's very fun. Some topaz doodles with some, I believe, some Tombow pens that I got. And then just some pencil. That's an old character that I did for a one-shot, Peppermint. Just swatching some pens. And then these are the characters from the Spelljammer game that are not topaz. So that's Lawrence's character, Silent. That was Sean's character, whose name I forget, but he was a little blob creature. That's Lai, who's Michael's character. That's Melee, who's Elfie's character. And that is Hannah, Ike's character. She's fun. Those two are boyfriends. Some doodles, because I watched some a chick called Albert videos, and I just paused on some things and drew some birdies, because why not? And this is Spike, Maisie's what's it called, Steel Defender or something. His design is based on like a drake. Because I thought it was cool. Topaz and her creatures, again, looking adorable. This, I think I covered that over with washi tape because the pencil actually, or whatever I was using, actually went through the paper. So I decided to cover it up. No, they look pretty cute. Defiance is familiar, and I think we joked that Ike's character's familiar is just a Sfeel. So them just hanging out. Defiance's spellbook and her staff. These were some more cover ideas. Debated just drawing a horse. Topaz looking out at space. And my Star Wars character again. And then just some animal shapes and doodles. These would make some cute stickers, actually. I might try and turn those into stickers. That may be an idea. Scroller box. Nothing much to say about that one. A snake. I think I started watching a lot of Snake Discovery around this time, so Snick. And then there is Topaz's Paloma in a flower pot, because why not? My character Courage in a dress, showing off all of her gorgeous scars. The little slime creature that was Sean's character as a Ronin for some reason. A plushy version of Topaz's owlbear, which I'm saying that Topaz made for her kid. And this was just some ideas for a character, because I saw this really cute cloak on Pinterest, and I was like, I have to draw a character wearing that. And then I just decided to make a whole new character. And then here he is again, with a little sweatshirt this time. Yeah, I think he turned out really cute and nice. I haven't played him yet, but I want to, because he is adorable and I love him. I might make him into a sticker too, because he's definitely sticker material. And there's Defiance and Datura, her snaky familiar. And yes, they have matching tails, because it's cute. Portman and her boyfriend Felix as Studio Ghibli characters, which I think this is meant to be the ones from Kiki's Delivery Service. I think so. Yeah, I think that's a Kiki dress that I have modded into Portent's color scheme. Some blob things. I did April colors last year, which was an interesting little challenge. There's a Bulbasaur, just at a Lapras, and lots of hedgehogs. I like the little gnome there. He's very whimsical looking. A little dragon creature. Some color things. Planets. Flowers. More blob things. That was a randomly generated color palette. The prompt for that one was cracks. Pretty gradient, and my terrible attempt to abstract art here. It just kind of looks muddy, to be honest. But you know what? I tried. Oh, I really like these little gummy worms. They look cute. And then color palette from a bird that ended up just kind of drawing spirit. Yeah. Painted a little beardy there. That's cute. A mer person. Just painting some green. There's a little self-portrait. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. I'd probably draw it differently now, but yeah. That's my engagement ring, which I still need to get fixed, because it's missing a diamond at the moment. Some rain. A little cozy person curled up in a blanket. I think I cut out separate bits of paper and just drew these. The bees turned out pretty cute, except for that one who's all smudged. But Topaz. That was Dinosaur from Paleo Pines. I was obsessed with that game last year. I think he turned out really adorable. Just some water, and then Topaz's daughter off to school for the first day or something. A weird colored zebra. This, I think I just went over something that wasn't actually anything to fill in the page. Pot of gold and a rainbow. That was me designing my partner's present, and his birthday was the 6th of May. So yeah, I'd left it kind of late. I'd already got him another part was present, but I wanted to draw him something too. Again, that was just me covering up because I think those were I'd written down the prompts for mermaid, and then I was like, I can't be arsed doing mermaid this year, so I didn't. I drew one mermaid and then gave up. That was some angsty moments in the D&D game. Topaz was very upset. I was very upset. So I drew it. That is her newest companion Pokemon friend thing. She got a griffin because I wanted a griffin. So he's part, I believe, part harpy eagle and snow leopard. Yeah, I said it there. As Elfie so helpfully reminded me last video. I don't tend to read what's on the actual page because I couldn't remember the name of the character and it was written on the page. So yeah, then there's some more doodles, some baby griffin doodles, just trying to get an idea of the character. And I'm not entirely sure why I drew a crocodile horse, but it happened. It's here. It exists. And then my character Patience, who's a barbarian, also a lesbian, which I think is why I drew her in a suit. And now I'm drawing her wrangling the crocodile horse because that feels like something she would do. So I'm trying to plan out some images for the channel. That's fun. Doodling a curse concept for a tamer where the class is so you can tame things that aren't technically humanoid, like from their in their creature descriptions and what have you. But these are technically monstrosities, so it's like a harpy, a manticore, and a centaur that you could technically have if you were a tamer. But would be kind of weird. That is Topaz and her kid riding on a train, which her kid is very happy about, as you can see by her tail is meant to be wagging there. I think I was just trying to cover up the alcohol marker bleeding through with some acrylic marker drawing of my character Melody, but she looks pretty cute. Yeah, there's Constance and there's her dragon form. Some Maisie doodles with her dragonelle that she acquires. Oh, and this is me trying to design a Fakemon. I never got further than the grass starter, but I do really like the little cub version. I wasn't sure how I was going to get it from this to this, and yeah, the middle stage, I can't quite get that right. I wanted it to have two, like a lioness form and a lion form, but the middle stage there wasn't enough different going on. It's one I come back to a few times digitally, but we'll see. And that was for video. Just some random doodles. I was trying to draw saddles because I wanted to draw one on this guy whose name is Copper. And then there's Maisie being all badass. And my yokai druid, Koyuki, who I think turned out adorable. She's meant to be based on an Arctic fox. Very, very cute. And then some oil pastel doodle of Topaz's creatures, which, got that there so it doesn't get all smudged. Some horse doodles. I think that was meant to be Ziggy from the Clever Cowgirls channel. But at least it started out as Ziggy, and then it didn't turn out quite like him. There is more Topaz drawings. I forgot she had a Hylian shield. I was trying to design a vessel for this guy. Was taking inspiration from Grey Warden symbols and such. Koyuki with her kind of boyfriend, Blue. And just a lot of fox doodles. Scrawler box. Animal studies, which I like a lot of these. They're all very nice and loose, and I love how this one turned out. This little cute little cheetah, baby cheetah. Very cute. More animal studies. Not too much to say, just I think they're very cute. More animal studies. I think this is going to be a lot of the pages going forward. Yet more. A lot of doggos in that one. You can always tell that I draw more horses than anything else. Although the birds turned out quite well, if I do say so. Some deer. I do quite enjoy drawing deer because they're kind of like horses, but a little to the left. Some more animals, and then I had some leftover paint, so I thought, why not draw an eye? More ideas for cover art, and then I drew Ike's characters familiar in a bunch of outfits for different seasons. So there's the winter one, there's the autumn one, and summer one, and spring. And then that was when our characters, I think, finished their year at Strixhaven. So there's Porton, there's Felix, there's Anka, there's Cyril, and there's Ruben. At that point, Sean's character wasn't there anymore because he had stopped playing the game. Random lion old lady. That was drawing of the park that we sometimes walk through, me and my partner. You know, when the need for a walk and some exercise comes to us. Topaz with a bunch of planet stickers surrounding her. My Star Wars girl again. Koyuki sitting on like a lamppost or something. I think that was also meant to be Koyuki. It didn't really turn out looking like her. Topaz is a horse, because why not? This is Ada from our Monster Hearts game that we played a couple of times. Some animal scribbles. I think that might be the return of Crocodile Horse. Ada again, about her nerdy boyfriend. Topaz being sad. Some random stickers and some animal doodles. Scroller box, and I've drawn some of the plants that are in my garden. Should probably come back to these because, you know, everything's kind of growing a bit more now. Some animals. The fox is pretty cute. And I was trying to plan out a drawing because I was going to do a video, but it never happened. Get a lot of crows in the garden, so I just kind of drew those as well. Animal doodles with a couple of Pokemon in there. This was did a game with my partner where my character was in the God of War universe. So she was like, she got teleported there somehow, and you know, her kids were, you know, back home and everything. So and that's me drawing her kids. And that's her making fun of Kratos. and Mimir agreeing with her. That's her cosplaying as Kratos, and I've covered up the titty there. And then and this she ended up having a kid with Kratos, so that's the kid there. That was funny. There was a whole thing where there was wild magic nonsense happening, and my character's thoughts got narrated aloud for a whole minute or something. I really like this. It's kind of like important but Sailor Moon vibes, which I could really do a full picture like that. Would be nice. My Star Wars girl looking terrified. I like to think she's terrified of the giant cat that's next to her. Me making a Yu-Gi-Oh joke because why not? Me trying to design my character for our Traveler game. She ended up more or less like that. I just changed it a little bit digitally. And more important, Yu-Gi-Oh jokes because I was trying to make Ike laugh. Neon unicorn. Oh, I must have finished Smogist late. Yeah, I did some of it on time, and then some of it not so much. So there's a pastry dragon. There's Tropius because he's a banana dinosaur, not a banana dragon, but he does have leaf wings, so it counts. Fancy dragon. This one was just lazy, I'll be honest. Butterfly dragon. Sailor Moon dragon. An angel dragon. Spyro. Because, well, why not? I believe the implication there is that the dragon ate Superman. So there is my character Ada from Monster Hearts, who is a dragon. So I thought it was funny. A mecha dragon person. Dragon with really long claws. A tree dragon. So actually based on a tree that I see every day when I get the bus to work. Ada looking a bit crazy. Ada looking adorable. There's Spike, Maisie's Steel Defender. Eldritch Zombie Dragon. Random Smoky Dragon. Okay, that one's pretty lazy. It's just a dog dragon called Juniper. And Ada enjoying an ice cream while at the beach, presumably. A record player dragon. Anglerfish dragon. Dragon claw machine that you can get an egg from. That's Ada and her boyfriend Simon, I believe his name was. Art Deco dragon. That picture was based on Haruhi eating crab legs in Ouran High School Host Club. Little wispy dragons. This was actually based on a scene in the Monster Hearts game. It was kind of her I don't know, seeing her inner self or something. Yeah. Don't really know what else to say about that one. And then last one was summer, so I drew it again on the 11th of November. yeah, that's the second one. Next we have my Cattober sketchbook. So here it starts. And that was just like some scribbles. I was trying to figure out a color scheme there. I colored in each of these squares as I completed the thing. So there's number 1. There's Omen. There's Rory. And there's Omen hanging off of Portent's back. There's Omen being weird and trying to get in a jar. Maybe it had milk in it or something. Portent having some nightmares. Omen being worried. I don't know why I drew an axolotl for Bubble and not like a cat. I've probably just run out of cat ideas at that point. There's Melody having some strawberry jam. Yeah. Rory with a flower on his head, looking adorable. This, I think, might be one of my favorite ones. Omen and Portent just chilling in the weather. Omen and Bune looking at someone suspicious. That's my Tabaxi Sailor Moon character. Celine, I think I called her. Portent doing some knitting and Omen helping? Question mark. It's all of the familiars from the Strixhaven game. Omen and Portent chilling by a pond. Omen with a squeaky toy of the like asshole guy who keeps bothering the friend group in Strixhaven. Chain. So this one was kind of like meant to be her and Omen making their sort of familiar pact or what have you. Omen sitting on a paint tube and about to learn that there are consequences to that. I made a shiny Pokemon version of Omen with Portent's colors. Omen off on an adventure. Omen in a nice thick jumper to keep her warm. And all you can see of Omen there is her eyes out of the blanket. And of course, I had to draw a Misty cat for the Misty prompt. Omen and Bune. I'm going to ignore the way the Omen is sitting because it looks wrong. It was not intentional, but yeah, I can see it now looking back at it. Omen having a snack, which I think I have that available as a sticker in my Redbubble lantern. So yeah, Omen chilling at a beach. Omen and Portent hanging out. Portent using her tail as a toy for her cat. And then this is Belphegor, or Belphy, who's a very beloved Tumblr kitty. But I drew him as Gollum. And there is Melody as a tiger. So, and then I think my favorite one of the whole book is this one. It turned out really cool. And then this page, little pumpkin-headed cat, because why not? Needed something to put in the page. And that's that one. And we have one last sketchbook that kind of bled over into the start of this year. So I saw a video, I believe, of someone's cat like with their sitting on someone's shoulder with their paws on their hands, and it just looks so cute. I had to draw it. Some animal doodles, and then Topaz adopting the Ike's character from another game. She's like, no, anything vaguely like traumatized child shaped. That's my kid now. That is a sketch of some Highland cows that are in a field on a walk near where we live. Playing around with some different style for drawing topaz there. That was, I was doing a Christmas one shot. Well, not one shot, but it was part of a campaign, but it was like a little different Christmassy thing. And that's one of the characters hiding under a table from evil robot things. And obviously, it was Christmas time, so that means that you have to watch Muppet's Christmas Carol. So there's Gonzo. And then I saw, yeah, I think that was just like I tried to take my sketchbook out, drawing with me, like out on walks and things. And I saw a dog doing his business on a goalpost. There's Tora again. And there's some kitties. I think that's from a Twitter post or something. That was drawing people that we were with at Christmas. That was a bird in a Doritos bag for some reason. And that was some fan art for Farewell North. It's a really good game. It's yeah, no, it's I don't know how to describe it without spoilers, but if you like, if you like Scotland and you want to see some of the scenic Scottish scenery and stuff, and run around with a border collie as a border collie, then it's a really good game. I would definitely recommend playing it. Sorceress from Spyro, a pin-up of Tora, pin-up of Portent, but obviously it had to be a classy pin-up for her. Nothing less for my fancy and proper girl. It's a redraw of some old art of mine and my fiance's characters. A drawing of a ballerina, because I think that was when I booked for us to go see the Nutcracker with my partner's mum. A bunny doodle. Some Watership Down fan art. More bunny doodles, which I've made this into a sticker, so if you want to pick that up, please do. A doggy that I saw on a walk. And another bunny doodle. Another bunny. This we played one session of the Dragonlance game, and this was Elfie's character, but yeah, it was based on a meme. That was someone. We were at a friend's house at a party, and I just doodled one of the guys that was there. A little emperor crab, because why not? I think he'd make a cute sticker. More doodles. I think I was trying to make things that would be stickers. Another bunny. Some more pen sketches. Portent, just chilling. Some freaky shit. Eyes and teeth and rar. And yeah, that was again something I saw on a dog walk. On a walk, I saw dogs. I don't have a dog, so I can't dog walk, but you know what I mean. I just thought it was funny that it was like right next to the sign. Another doggy I saw on a walk. We got to ride dragon in Lawrence's game. Some doodles. Tora. Horsey. Tora as Hercules. More Tora and more Portent. Prophecy, who was a house sphinx? A familiar from one of the Loot Tavern hunts. But I decided Portent needed another cat. So she got one. And there's her being cool with her tarot cards. I think it was like near Valentine's Day when I drew this. So Omen being adorable. Just some horses and stuff. A lava whale. And then Omen and Prophecy being cute. And that is the end of 2024 sketchbooks. Thank you, everyone who joined me for this. And I think my next video, whenever it comes around, will probably just be me drawing one of my D&D characters, since that's what the 2 people that voted in my poll last time voted for. So thanks for that, guys. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and try not to overheat this summer. Make sure you drink lots of water. And I will be back another day. Bye-bye.